Oh man. All right. Day 9. How is everyone doing? This is for sure being the craziest experience that I can remember. Well, ever. All I can say is that weirdly all my years of kind of being a little bit off kilter, if you want to call it that, has prepared me for this, because that is a head trip of note. This is the trippiest thing. Lance, how you doing, man? It's crazy. It's been crazy. Excuse me. Lauren, how you doing? Hey, Wendy, how's Durban? What's going on in Durban? How's that recovering? I'm doing okay. What I can tell you is that people can say what they want. It's not a flu. Sorry, this is something definitely a lot more. It's only there was just the slightest hint that there was a bit of a turnaround this morning, but it slowly started creeping in again later on today and just made its presence very felt. How's it, Francesca? How you doing? In Greece. Oh, wow, that's what we need. Brad Symington, how's it, man? Oh, shit, sorry about that. I don't know, man. It just feels like everyone is getting it right now. I don't know how to explain it. But I'm sorry, nonetheless, and I know some people have gone through some crazy stuff. Lauren, mum has been, it's like day 8 for her now, so I'm keeping a very close eye. Let's put it that way. Her oxygen is still good, and keeping that going all the time. She doesn't have an appetite, but none of us have had. It's been very, very, very low, and for me to say that, then you must know. So she's cool. Her spirits are good. We've been laughing and keeping it as light as possible, and I've got the Olympics blaring there for her, but I'm keeping a very close eye. Naturally, Mom is the concern at this stage. Aline and I feel like we've turned a corner, even though my voice still doesn't sound like that. Okay, well, that's good to see you, Brady. I'm glad. Must be a man down. Duncan, how you, bro? Back. Oh, man, you're in hospital. What happened? Why did you have to go to hospital? Was it your oxygen that ran short, or what happened? Thank you, Alex. How you been going, man? Good to hear from you, even in these relatively unfortunate times, but just so be it. That's what it is. That's where we are. Such is the life at this moment. Excuse my throat and voice. But I just wanted to give an update and also just let you know that I'm actually okay. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. It's very cool. It's nice to know. I've had a very genuine outpouring of concerned people checking in and seeing that we're good, because it is most certainly no joke, as we know. I don't know, man. It does leave so many questions. Like, first of all, my big question is, how are people collecting? There we go. Shot Mark, how you, bro? Like that. How are people collecting stats if on my test they didn't even tell me what variant I had? So I don't even know if this is the Delta. If this is the Delta variant or whatever the new variant is, and it's supposed to be the strongest, then there's some questions in that, because this has been relatively mild, and I say all of that knowing that I'm not out the woods yet. But it's just all very confusing, and the trippy thing is, it's a head game, because you feel like you're okay, and then there's just this underlying sense that you get this feeling like, oh my goodness, anything could change in a second. So Duncan, yeah, that's what we're keeping an eye on. I do have the oximeter on me, but I'm also not obsessing on it as well. I don't want to be sitting with the oximeter on my finger the whole time watching my oxygen levels. I know I should, in a way, but I also, at what stage do you also just go, I'm going to carry on watching television and Netflix and even just streaming. This is fun for me. As you can see, I'm not stressed. I'm just sitting down in a chair, and I haven't been up much today apart from walking around the property to go and check on Mom. I agree, Alex. I think it feels like we're all gonna be put through this at some stage or the other, and it's about how aggressively we get it. But yeah, it's been crazy. Thank you for the love. And how you feel. Sorry, Candice. Hope you feel better soon. Thank you, Cal. I might, yeah, probably sound not so good. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Brad. I'm just reading the cool comments. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. Yeah, listen, so I will tell you the overwhelming sense is that we're going to be cool. Obviously, Mum is a concern. She's 77. She wasn't vaccinated. She's extremely against it. I'm not, just by the way. I'm not opposed to anything. If anything, I don't feel anyone should go through this. So if you have the chance to I did register to get vaccinated. I don't quite know what the policy is. Once I'm clear of when I am allowed to get vaccinated, I think it's got to be a month from when I show no more symptoms. So I will. I probably will get vaccinated. Yeah, what do you mean? I definitely will. I'm not very big into this conspiracy thing. I don't think this is a massive test to start to destroy humanity or to impart DNA into us or whatever it is. Ilana, I don't know if I want to record with this voice. Thank you very much. Oh God, the thought of recording, that exhausts me. Brenda. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's very sweet. But Brian Perkin, which one of your songs? That is evil, dude. That is low key evil. And yet it may be a help, the one with the biggest lung capacity, maybe like a big stand in your way. I'm gonna never. Oof. Oh, goodness me. Well, I thank you. This is already cool. I appreciate this. I was very hesitant as to if I should even do this today, because I also don't want it to come across that I'm like showing off or anything like that, because I'm not. I'm just chilling, like I'm not trying to like say that I'm better or, against COVID. I'm not better, obviously, but I don't want to be on here and the show must go on. I just wanted to do an update for those who care. That's the beautiful thing about the world that we live in. I'm not here trying to promote or preach anything, just an update on where I'm at. And so far, the outpouring has been beautiful. I appreciate it. We finished the ivermectin. We did it. We did do it. So I finished it yesterday, and I gave Mom her last course today. So you know what? This is the interesting one, Tracy. You're right. It's about keeping your mind straight. That is the craziest one. Yeah, the mind is the tough one on this. This is what makes me just. I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure what's going on. I can only explain it. It's very similar to an LSD trip. It really is. It's so heady. I've never had anything like this in my life. Fortunately, I've had one or two experiences with these hallucinogenics in my life that I think if I hadn't I think I may have been freaked out. And maybe if this is a way that I can help other people to, I have a feeling that, if people were to experience this without having had the experience of some out-of-body experiences before, they might lead to panic. And I can't, and there've been moments when I thought that maybe the reason that people have cardiac stuff and maybe the reason that we have other adverse reactions is because people in the moment can't really deal with how trippy it is, and what can happen with the psychoactive reactions. The psychosomatic reactions. Your mind can run away with things. So this is all a complete head game at the moment. So that's also something that I can just share, is that I've never experienced anything like this, and it's quite relentless. As I say, day 9, and this morning I woke up saying, yes, done, I'm awesome, and I really was for a good couple of hours. And it's weird as the night comes in. It slowly starts going to the voice. So I don't think it's not the ivermectin. That's just a veterinary dewormer. It's definitely the COVID that's doing the trippiness. Candice, fortunately only had headaches for the first few days. So I've been very, very, very fortunate. This is great, especially us. Yeah, of course, Cal. I'm glad the players look. No, I won't hurt my voice. Don't worry. I haven't. This is the most I've spoken today. Don't worry. And I just wanted to do this so I could share it with you guys. I think another crazy trippy thing, which was, it's just hard to get your head around when that moment when you lose your smell and your taste. It is wild when you rub Vicks on your finger, and we all know Vicks is like the greatest thing that this country has ever produced, apart from David Kramer. And when you can't smell that, that's when you know something is on, something is not right. So that was crazy, and then the tasting is just weird, doesn't it? So today we did splash out, and we ordered pizza very, very carefully. Don't worry, it was all through the fence, half an hour in between, sprayed, and just relax. It's all fine, and I think we're out of the contagious thing. But it was our favorite local pizza called Massimos, and it's my favorite one to have that I splurge on when I do. And it's a sad thing when you eat your favorite pizza and it's cardboard. So that in itself, is a trip in itself, and it can be frightening to think about it, that you can't smell it, you can't taste it. But I will tell you that it was still heartwarming and probably a bit more boop inducing, which is why I've got the camera cleverly poised to not see any of that. But so that's what I can share with you. So it's day 9. I am day 9, feeling fine. Best bit of cardboard. Now Massimos is not usually that. Massimos rocks, as you know. It's my favorite. So yeah, man. There are so many questions. Those who've got their vaccines, I say go for it. I will get it. Mainly for the reason that I want to travel, and I've got all these plans on the boat, and I just don't want to be bound by that. And I don't know, what are your guys' opinions on that? Because I just don't know if I feel like fighting the fight. Do I think everyone needs the vaccine? No, I actually really don't, because if I get over this, which I feel I will, then I'm proof, I'm not the fittest, I'm not the healthiest, and I'm getting over it. Yes, maybe my age is slightly to an advantage, but I know friends younger than me who have passed away. So I don't know. It's quite a heavy subject. I just think when you boil it down to just the science, you do have to trust that eventually, I guess. And this is completely unfounded. Obviously, everything that I'm saying, you have to take it all with a pinch of salt. It is an opinion only, and it's based on how I feel, having gone through this in a very, very real way. I just think to be fighting against something because we think it's sinister, that someone's got a massive plan to exterminate us. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. But I can say that this is unlike anything I've ever experienced. Hold on, let me just get some comments here quickly. Yeah, exactly. Massimos, when you can't taste or smell it, is literally like it's a crime. Rian, I'm so sorry. Day 1. Okay, bro. Well, all I can say is listen to your body. Just rest. Whenever you feel tired, just get down. Get down low. Drink as much water as you can. This is true. I have natural antibodies now. But I'm gonna take a lot of counsel with what people tell. I'll take a lot of counsel from medical professionals about what my next moves should be. As much as I felt really good this morning, I was going to get up and do a whole bunch of stuff, and this is about the root of it. This is the culmination of what I feel good enough to do. I'm gonna continue to isolate till at least the new week. And then I actually do have to get to the waterfront because we've got to move the boat. I never thought that would be one of my concerns is needing to get to the waterfront. We've got to move from her berth where she's at. I don't know if you guys have seen where she's at. Let me see if I can get a photo for you. The impossible machine. Let me see if this even works. I've got to move her into another part of the marina. Oh, there we go. Cool. So you check over there. That's where she's parked at the moment. And I need to go and get her. There we go. I need to go and get her into the marina because we're going to be working on fixing the fenders and the pontoons just to make it a little bit safer on that side. And then also it'll be nice to get to kind of a deck level because we've got a couple of things we need to move on and off, and the galley's going upstairs. It's looking really good, and I'm really missing not being able to be there. I mean, I'm missing it. So where June Grant Ross? Okay, hold on, I've missed some comments here. I think toilet paper. That's a good comment. I like that. You get the vaccine. Yeah, I know. I hear you, Susie. You get the vaccine not only for yourself, but to help protect those amongst us with weak immunes and who can very well die. But there is obviously that argument about, yeah. Anyway, I don't even want to go there because if you get vaccines, then you shouldn't be worried about anything else. Then you shouldn't be worried about unvaccinated people. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. This is just a quick catch up on my side. What medication? Okay, so I am. I keep meaning to do it. I promise you I'll bring it up tomorrow. But I'm on this vitamin C. It's called. I'll get the name of it. And it's basically it's liquid, and it's in a lipid form, in a fat lipid. So it basically absorbs in your body a lot better than when we have it in pill form. You know, you normally pee a lot of it out. But this is amazing. So I've been on at least, I would say conservatively, and this is where I'm hoping it's going to have worked for Mom. At least I would say 4,000 to 5,000 milligrams a day, spaced in between the day in the super absorbent vitamin C form. And then I've been taking zinc, vitamin D, vitamin B. I had a few days of beautiful sunshine where I had the bed outside for large portions of the day. I've done some steaming. I should probably steam again tonight. Maybe mainly relaxed. It's very it's like worrying trying to steam, and you got all these smells and aromas, and you can't smell any of it. That's a bit concerning. But like anything, you do get used to it, and apparently it does come back. Lauren, I've been trying to trace it so much. Do I know when I contracted it? I've gone over my mind, and I really can't think because I have actually been so careful. So we have tried, to the point of just going, well, we don't know. I think it's around everywhere. I think people need to be protected. You need to be vaccinated. You need to be safe. You need to be using all the protocols. It's just I wasn't able to trace it to when and where. But what I was able to do was trace who I'd been around since then. And I've managed to contact everyone that I was with. And fortunately, only a few of them have tested positive, and they're doing 100% okay so far. So that's a very scary thing, obviously, But I can tell you that from last Monday already, I've not left the house, apart from the drive-through testing station that I went to go and check. Friar's Balsam, what is that? Catherine Verveek, steaming with Friar's. Okay, well, I don't have any. Andrew, what I would do to have a rum and coke with you right now. In fact, I wonder on day 9, can I not have a drink? But they closed the bottle stores today. Damn it, I missed it. If anyone wants to drop off a bottle of rum for me so I can join my friend Andrew for a little doppie's lechanji. Andrew, come, I dare you to join me on the chat on your phone with a dop. I'm going to send you the link. Andrew Pratt, for those of you who don't know, is just is a very, very cool friend of mine from Grosvenor on the Bluff. I find him to be quite funny. Others find him to be quite funny smelling. But he's a rather rather intelligent young lad, and let's see if he'll take the bait. Here's the invite, Andrew. Don't if you don't, do if you do. Either way. It'll be good to have you on. There's a link. Just call it straight from your phone, if you want to, if you dare. Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks, bro. I love you too, bro. ACC 200. You know, I stopped doing that. I did that in the beginning. I must do that. I will. I'll get back. Ivermectin, yeah. I took 5 days of it. 1.5 grams for me. I didn't manage to find the pill form. So I just took it. It was in a liquid form. But anyway, it's all good. You'll be fine. Matthias Kruger had 2 days struggling with breathing after day 14. All was good. Almost 5 weeks. Sure. Okay. Well, that's a bit worrying. But I mean, I'm glad to hear you guys are cool. It's just day 9 feels like it's been so long already. But anyway, here we are. Let's see, Nicole. I did the vaccine because I do believe choice will get taken away from us and want freedom to live. Also respect the people around me. I only had jab 1 and did get side effects. This vaccine is dividing us as a society, and either you for it or not, and each side fights their viewpoint. What I will say is no improvement on 5G, and no government seems to have tracked me down yet. Hope you get well soon and your mom is okay. Nicole, I must say that I'm going to put that up on the feed one more time. That's about the most rational comment that I've seen so far, because that is true. Eventually, I unfortunately, as much as obviously we all want to fight and we all have our inner rebel and our tipping point and our moment about when we want to, how much we want to fight, I don't know what the point is of fighting it. And again, my argument is when they introduced the yellow passport in order to go into Africa, I got a typhoid and yellow fever injection without blinking an eyelid. And those were gnarly ones. I don't know if you remember those big round ones and crack like that. And I walked around with a yellow book. So what's the difference then? You know, now we've got another book. So I just think it's been sensationalized a lot, and we live in an era where there's so much information where everything's. I mean, do you think that there were no side effects for the first yellow fever vaccinations and the first typhoid and the first polio for that? I mean, you know, all the polio stories. There's crazy amount everywhere. Hold on, let me just see. Trust you're getting stronger. Thank you, Mark Beer. I appreciate it. There will be sailing and golf and a drink in the future if we're fortunate enough. I'm going to send you the link. Call in if you feel like it. Welcome to call in. From phone. Let's see. So yeah, that's all I can say about that. It's just, you know what I'm saying about the inoculations that we've had in the past. No one tested it. No one freaked out. There wasn't any conspiracy. There was no WhatsApp groups forwarding about the first couple of yellow fever vaccines that went down and weren't good. Thank you, Bashari. Yeah, I did feel like I turned the corner this morning, and then just as it's gone on, I'm feeling a little bit, not horrible, not worse. That's the good news. Yeah, exactly. The travel shots, no one questioned them, and they didn't have the world working together on a vaccine like they are now. Yeah, exactly. I do. Here we go. Here's another good opinion. I feel exactly the same. This is Donna Gordon. I feel exactly the same about the travel shots, and no one questioned them, and they didn't have the world working together on a vaccine like they are now. Plus, the base was already a real vaccine. It's just the strain has changed, just like the flu jab each season. Yeah, I guess so. That's why people who question how they've developed the vaccine so quickly. This has been in development for a very long time. We have been working, but my only question is that if this is unlike any flu that I've ever experienced, mainly just because of the trippy element of it, which is a bit weird. Yeah, so I think Lance says the problem with the jab divide is it's been forced on people, and we are sliding into pseudo-fascism, medical apartheid. I agree. I just think whenever anything gets too extreme, you know, that's not good. You shouldn't. I don't think you should either be 100% for or against And then I think there's families that have been divided because of this, and friendship circles that have been broken because of it, which I just think is bollocks and bullshit. I think it's so silly. Everyone is entitled to feel how they do, especially people who are going through it, or who have been through it, or who have lost people, or just have some info. We're all allowed to have our opinion, and it's the same thing, kind of like with religion. You can believe in whatever you want. Just don't walk around trying to express that that's it, and everyone else must bow down to what you know. Just realize that everyone's journey is different. Everyone's experience of reality is different at all times as well. So just keep compassion and keep trying to listen and realize that everyone's got their own stories. All I could share is how I'm feeling, and today was better. But I actually feel like my voice is going. But this is the most I've spoken. Thank you, Lorraine. I do appreciate it. I've had such a beautiful outpouring of love. I can't tell you. I know it's a crazy world that I have to stream to tell people how I'm feeling. Most of you, unfortunately and fortunately, are strangers to a larger degree, but I do feel that we are connected, and that's just also the world that we live in, So I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me indulge in doing this and feel some receive some healing energy, albeit over the ether. Who cares where it comes from? I'm super stoked to be able to do this, and that you guys care enough to be asking questions. And what I will just say is just carry on being smart. Don't be blasé about anything. Don't be too much about anything. But that really boils down to just be lekker. Don't be a doos. Even if you got some strong opinions based on whatever you think it is, just understand that everyone's processing this incredibly differently, and we all have our reasoning for saying what we want. So before you jump to conclusion and force people to think the way you do, just first of all realize that we are living in such a misinformed age that you need to question yourself constantly, daily, and just use that age-old indicator called your gut, which is something that we have forgotten to use for the longest time. We're so impulsive to jump on the next trigger WhatsApp or trigger post that we get online that we forget to listen to the little voice. So let's do that. Be like man, don't be a dress, Let's read here. Stephen Lloyd. My wife was forced by her employer to get VAC. I am self-employed, so at least I had a choice for the VAC, but decided to join my wife because that is what soulmates should do. If the VAC has a negative impact, it can affect us together. You see, I think that's cool. Stephen, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. Neither of you guys probably, but I completely agree. Go through it together. So that's what I'm going to do. If the world all needs to be vaxxed in order to travel, that's what I'm going to be doing. I've got a lot of world to see. I want to get out of my boat. I don't want to get to some port and not allowed entry or have to fly somewhere in an emergency and be blocked. So I don't know. I'm still going to play it, but yeah, I think I've got a little bit of time after this now, before I'm even allowed to get vaccinated. The good news is that my antibodies should be pretty strong. What if they aren't? They certainly will be after my 4th vodka tonight. Okay, I'm joking. I'll only have 3. But yeah, man. So thank you for letting me come and vent and feel the love. I really do appreciate it. Andrew, you didn't call me, and I'm going to forgive you because it means that you must be deep down the rum hole. Because it would be great to have your opinion on the show at some stage. I'm going to read 1 or 2 more. Yeah, Clint. Yeah, I hear you, man. He says here in the UK you can't travel or go places without the vaccine. That's what's going to happen. It's going to, I predict that you're not going to be able to go to the spa soon without it. That's just what it is. That's where we're at. That's the fear-mongering world that we live in. Do I think it's part of a bigger plot to eradicate humans? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe there are too many. And I don't know. I don't know what the answers are. All I know is that we are too far down the rabbit hole. And so resistance is futile. Just use common sense. Don't be too crazy about anything. unfortunately, these cliches stand true, and this too shall pass. We are going to have some kind of normalcy. I think that might be a word that I've just made up in COVID. Normalicity. Like it's to sit and laugh at your own jokes in a dungeon. That is when you know that the COVID is really affecting just around about that section over there. I think is where most of the work is happening at the moment. Thank you guys for the love, Peter. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. This essay is just waiting for a certain percentage of vaccine before the stipulations. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I agree. It's going to be interesting seeing the rollout in South Africa. It's going to be very hard to monitor across all of us, all our population. So I don't know how it's going to roll out. I know in first world places it'll be a lot easier to trace and to enforce. But that's just... Thank you, Linda. I thought so too. Normalicity. It's like a stretchy normal. Yeah, man. That's all it is. That's all that's going to happen. Mainly, let me recap quickly what I've been doing. So I tested positive on Friday after feeling symptoms from Tuesday night already. It started with a crazy headache, which I am so lucky I never get. I never get headaches. You could ask Brenton Denham and people who know me well. So when I had a proper headache, I still didn't believe that anything was happening. My body was just incredibly sore. It went straight to between my shoulder blades at the back. And that's where the pain came from. So I immediately had a hot water bottle on chest and back, only because I've had this before. Exactly, normalified. Just treated it like, I've had some bronchial issues in the past, and I just assumed, oh goodness, it's that time of year. It was particularly cold in Cape Town. It has been. And I just tucked away, and by the Friday, I was lulled into a semi-sense of recovery, and I thought, okay, well, I need to get to the boat. So Eileen and I took a drive. Before going anywhere, we wanted to just do the right thing, even though it's 550 Rand a pop. We went and did the 15-minute test, and tested positive on Friday. So immediately came back, isolated, informed everyone, started tracing. At that stage, it was too late because Mom stays on the property, and she had literally. I had a sore throat on Tuesday, and on Wednesday evening, Mom was already reporting that she was tired. So it was too late to be able to hide it from her, or to protect her from it, should I say. So Mom does have it. So some prayers and thoughts her way, please. She's kind of at a bit of a pinnacle tonight. She's super, super low energy. None of us have been eating much, except for that. The Massimos that I finally managed to get in today. But she'll be cool. Her oxygen is really good. I've been monitoring it. I saw a bit of phlegm today, but I checked that it was all clear. And I'm very, very fortunate that I have phone numbers on standby, people waiting should I need anything. So we're okay. But it's interesting, it's always going to be very interesting when you have an elderly person. Fortunately, Mum, those who know her, is a tough cookie, and she'll be good, and she's here, and she got phones on and right in earshot, and she's being monitored all the time. And that's the update. Yeah, I definitely got ripped. I don't know why. Here's another thing. This is what I don't understand. I don't have tracing software on my phone, Genevieve. I don't know I don't know. I stayed away from that. That was my last little bit of being a rebel. I didn't feel like being tracked. So I have not put that on. I don't know, does that mean I'm going to jail? I don't know what are the rules. Hopefully there's no rules about that yet, because that'll start being very scary. When you have to be monitored and moved to wherever you go. Who knows? It might well end up being that way soon. What was I saying? Oh yeah, another, if this, why is there was only a testing station all the way out in kind of Takai area. Like, you'd think that there'd just be a lot of 15-minute testing stations up everywhere if we're living in a COVID world. And then if Eileen and my reports got sent onto the national facts and figures, as part of the stats, then what variant did we have? Because it wasn't told. So how do we know which variant? So those are a couple of questions. I mean, yeah, that would be like, who's collecting the data and what are we doing with it and how? Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of loopholes. What I have heard is that the CTRCC is doing a sensational job at processing, getting vaccines in, and that walk-ins are pretty good already, and that the whole procedure is pretty good. Unfortunately, I missed the chance to go and do that. But yeah, let's check out alcohol and herb. Definitely agree. Exactly. Yeah. That is literally it. That's the update. Dude, it's the African variant for sure. Well, who knows? No one knows. The thing is, it would be cool if this is supposed to be the Delta variant that's so scary and all these things, and at least I could start adding it to the data. But it's just, you just get a positive result, and you left to it. Yeah, man. When you get I don't know. I'm not as concerned as questions like that, Nicole. I don't know. Who knows? People are saying that some of the vaccines in America are $40 a vaccine, and obviously that's a lot of money that goes somewhere. I'm not as caught up in the debate about where that money's going to, because money's been misappropriated for as long as we have ever known. So that's the least of my concerns. It's just about the effectiveness of it, the mind state of it, how compulsory it's going to be, the ethicalness of it. Those are the questions that concern me. And also, I will tell you, is that I also haven't allowed my mind to wander terribly much. I've kept relatively upbeat. I have kept very purposefully distracted. Watching TV, I've treated it as a bit of a holiday. Been watching Netflix and chilling. Netflix and chill, if ever there was a time. I'm going to do one or two more comments, and then I'm going to leave you to it, and I'll give you a little update, hopefully, in the next few days. Thank you for the wishes for Mom. Thank you for the wishes for me. I hope you guys are cool. Dude, yeah, when you get, I don't know. CC, I'm in my 50s and have just, I'm just loving relative. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I wish I could get up on the roof and jam, but I think that might be a little bit irresponsible. And also my voice sounds like toilet at the moment. Live, laugh. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. Live, laugh, love as you do, and you will be good with those that are true. I love that. I think that's very cool. Bertel, you are quite right. You are quite right. From Bowtie, that spice, I think that spice could really help me out. I'm going to order tomorrow night, buddy. I did have Massimos today already, and I'm not feeling very hungry, and I have no taste. But tomorrow you can hit me with your spiciest dish tomorrow. Bowtie and Hout Bay, you guys rock. So yeah, I'll definitely have that for a little Friday Rachmarker, a spicy one, with a vodka, of course. I will keep you posted. Thanks for the wishes. I'm going to go and lie down and rest, and I will give you a little catch up again soon. I wish all of you warmth and safety and strength and sanity and love and yeah, man. Thank you for this. I appreciate it. It's nice to feel the love even in this weird format. Doesn't really matter. I receive it all the same. Have a safe night, and I'll check in with you again soon. Cheers, everyone. Thank you.